about buying and selling on the holiday of Chol Hamoed. So we're up to 76. One may buy whatever is needed for the holiday, for Moed, but should not deliberately delay these purchases until Chol Hamoed. One may, however, purchase food items on Chol Hamoed, even if he deliberately delayed from buying them until then. 77. One may sell items needed for the Moed. In addition, a storekeeper who needs to repay a loan may keep his store open over Chol Hamoed if he will incur a penalty for delaying in payment. 78. Although buying and selling is permitted to prevent the loss, the Gemara Moed Katar 10b says, the one who trusts in Hashem and refrains from commerce on Chol Hamoed will be reimbursed 2 times fold in this world, and also he gets reward Olam Haba. Okay, 79. A man who is of limited means may sell merchandise over Chol Hamoed if he will use a portion of the profit to buy items from Yom Tov that he would not otherwise afford. 80. Engaging in commerce is permitted when there's a rare profitable opportunity, such as a sale. However, the opportunity is expected to present itself again in the near future. It is forbidden. Let's say there's a deal. You found a deal on a sale on an expensive item, and the sale's not gonna exist after Chol Hamoed. You're allowed to go and buy it on Chol Hamoed. 81. One may buy clothing or other items that are on sale during Chol Hamoed, provided that one cannot attain these items at sale price after the Moed. Similarly, one may buy sale items that will stay discounted even after the Moed if he will not be remaining in the area. Let's say you went to the holiday for somewhere else, and during Chol Hamoed they said, let's go to the mall. So in the mall, there's sales, but these sales, they're going to exist after the holiday, but I'm not going to be here anymore. I'm going to go back to my house, to my home. So therefore, you're also allowed to buy in Chol Hamoed. And then let's say you're at home, and you say, during Chol Hamoed, let's go to the mall. So you're only allowed to buy things that are on sale, or things that you need for the holiday. And just to go shopping, stam, you can't buy things for, let's buy stuff for 3 months from now. We're going to buy stuff for the summer, for the winter. You can't do that right now. It's not for the holiday, and it's not on sale. You can't buy it. It's doing business on Chol Hamoed. Okay, 82. If a person visits a Chol Hamoed, a city that has many shopping facilities that offer opportunities that one will not have in his hometown, he is permitted to buy items even not needed for the Moed. By shopping in this city, he will avoid substantial expense and difficulty of making an extra trip. However, if he can reschedule, better not to shop on Chol Hamoed. Okay, 83. Let's say you go to Costco. I go to Costco and I want to buy stuff for on Chol Hamoed. Can I buy things in bulk, even though I don't need all those things in bulk for the Chol Hamoed? I'm going to use a little bit of a Chol Hamoed, but the rest is going to be for the rest of the week, rest of the days. 83. One may buy both items in bulk if they are cheaper than buying just the amount you need for the holiday. Okay. 84. Let's say returns. A lot of people, they don't have time to make returns, so they say, Chol Hamoed, we'll go into the store and make all the returns we need to make. 84. One who needs to return an item to a store may not do so. You're not allowed to do so on Chol Hamoed unless you'll be unable to do it afterwards. Let's say the 30-day policy, and then the 30 days is on Chol Hamoed, so then you can't return it after. So you're allowed to go return it on Chol Hamoed. 86. If one person is visiting his parents for a short while, and his parents offer to buy him clothing or other items during Chol Hamoed, you may go shopping if there's no time to do it after the Moed. This will be considered a significant loss. Okay. 88. It is permitted to discuss business on Chol Hamoed, and there's no prohibition on Daber Davar like on Shabbat Yom Tov. So let's say I see another guy who was in the same business as me. I say, hey, let's work together, let's make a sale, whatever. I heard you have this, you have that. Okay, after Patom, after the holiday, no problem, call me. I'm allowed to plan all these things on Chol Hamoed, just not allowed to pull it through. You can't pull through the deal, just set it up and then do the deal after Chol Hamoed. 89. Collecting debts or borrowing, lending money without interest are not included in the prohibition of commerce and is permitted on Chol Hamoed. One may also lend money with interest to a non-Jew if he's a regular customer, and refusing it might jeopardize future dealings. Okay. 92. Home repairs that are normally require electrician, carpenter, plumber may not be done on Chol Hamoed by either a skilled professional or a capable homeowner. Some repairs may be made when needed in the Moed with a valid shinui. Let's say a person says, I always needed to fix this gutter. I always needed to fix this thing with electricity in my house. I never had time to call somebody to fix it. Now I have Chol Hamoed, I'm off from work. Let me start fixing the house up. Let me start calling this guy, make appointment for this, make appointment for that, bring the painter to repaint this. So any job that requires a professional, you're not allowed to call him on Chol Hamoed to do it on Chol Hamoed. And even if you say, I'll do it myself, since it requires professional skill, you wouldn't be allowed to do it on Chol Hamoed. 93, let's say your fence or your door lock broke, and you're scared of sustaining a loss from theft or vandalism, you're allowed to have it professionally repaired on Chol Hamoed. You could call a locksmith. 94, one may professionally fix something that's necessary to prepare food for the moed. So let's say your fridge broke. You need to call a technician to come fix your fridge, to come fix your oven. And that you need a professional. But you need the oven, you need the fridge for the food for the holiday. So that you're allowed to call a professional for. 95, a person who's feeling uncomfortably cold because his heating system is not working. So you can have it professionally repaired on Chol Hamoed. So to like AC, let's see, it's closer to a hotter time of the year, and the ACs are broken. You could call a professional to fix the AC because you won't be able to celebrate the holiday. God forbid somebody's phone broke. 96, if your cell phone broke, you're allowed to have it fixed by a professional on Chol Hamoed because cell phone is considered a necessity today and won't be very disturbed by not having a cell phone. Some people, they don't know where their cell phone is. They feel like they lost their arm. They're very connected to our cell phones today. But you're allowed to have it fixed on Chol Hamoed. One may build or assemble a sukkah on Chol Hamoed, even have it done by a professional. 98, one may fix a clogged toilet with a plunger. If one cannot fix it on his own, discomforted by the smell, you could call a professional. You're not allowed to paint your house on Chol Hamoed. You're allowed to decorate your house by putting up pictures. It is permitted to polish silver on Chol Hamoed if you'll use it on Yom Tov. It is permitted to copy your house key on Chol Hamoed if there's a need to do so. Next time, we'll talk about sewing and work done by the non-Jew. Baruch Adonai Olam.